Hello and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News. Today I want to tell you about why a Buckeye control freak group is quitting and the Florida man who got hassled by the 5-0 for carrying an AR to go fishing. But before we get started, I want to tell you about the wholesome, non-GMO, free-range, sugar-free, gluten-free, 99% cruelty-free night vision products offered to you by our friends at TNVC.com. Handcrafted by honest, hard-working Amish operators using traditional old country techniques, TNVC night vision is hearty and refreshing, just like you. If you like seeing stuff more than not seeing stuff, take a look at our sponsor, TNVC.com, your source for quality night vision gear to make you the bump in the night. First, I want to remind you to keep up the pressure on the ATF's proposed rules concerning receivers and braces and the Senate confirmation of anti-gun activist David Chipman for ATF director. Keep writing those comments and contacting those politicriters. Links are in the doobly-doo.
I don't want to hang out with you. I want to go fishing.
Florida man Michael Taylor runs the Armed Fisherman YouTube channel and was recently harassed by Clearwater police officers for carrying an AR on a public beach. Now, I understand open carry is a contentious subject to say the least. I know a lot of arguments both for and against open carry in general. I've also heard some really stupid arguments, like this idea that criminals will somehow see someone carrying a gun in a gas station and decide to just go in guns a-blazing instead of, robbing some other place. And yeah, carrying a slung AR in a Target or a Starbucks is just a trashy, attention-whoring kind of thing to do. But in the state of Florida, there is no legal way to carry a firearm without the state's permission slip unless you're hunting or fishing or on your way to hunt or fish. So, in my entirely independent and unendorsed by ARFCOM or TNVC opinion, I believe this sort of advocacy can be useful in some circumstances. By carrying in such an audacious way, he invites bystanders to question what he's doing, and the short answer is because it's the only legal way for him to carry without getting the government's permission. And that is a great place to jump into concepts such as individual freedom and self-determination and government monopoly on force. But it's also fair to point out how ooking out the normies might not be the most effective way to bring about positive change. After all, the knee-jerk reaction to this sort of thing is to ban it. And without any positive discussion backing up the audacious behavior, you're not changing minds. Regardless of whether you think someone should be doing this, can we at least agree it's his right and the police have no business harassing him? In the end, they whined at him about how he upset them and then held him in the back of their car for a few minutes, but ultimately they let him go. I also wanted to point out that when this officer first made contact with him, it looks like she has the retention strap on her holster rotated forward.
Whoa. Hey, why you got your hands on me?
Because you're walking with a firearm.
I know. I'm going fishing. Look, I got a fishing pole.
You're not fishing right now.
I know, I'm going to that fishing pier right there.
Okay.
There's a fishing pier. Why do you have your hands on me, ma'am?
Because I'm waiting for backup.
Mick Nasty.
Now, I don't claim to be any kind of expert, but wouldn't it be smart to have your gun secured before going hands-on with an uppity dissident? Just saying. Now, before we go full bad cop, no donut here, I want to be clear. I think both sides of this whole thing are pretty dumb. Taylor is not particularly eloquent, and he does a terrible job at articulating any sort of compelling argument about gun rights. He obviously went looking to incite an altercation with police, and they obliged him. It is my belief that all human beings have the right to bear whatever arms they wish, anytime they please, whether or not it's tasteful. At the same time, it's understandable why police might want to investigate someone with a whole-ass AR on a public beach. For all they know, he could be about to Minecraft. But I think the smarter thing for the police to do, without violating anyone's rights, would be to just talk with him and attempt to gain his consent for the investigation. If he is uncooperative or belligerent, and if they have no evidence of a crime, they can still stay close by and keep an eye on him in case he does go all weird on them. Oh, you're going fishing? On that pier over there, huh? What bait do you use? I've seen some folks having some luck with some prawns out in the deep water. Take a walk with him, chat a bit, try to be more human and maybe a little bit less officer save-a-ho. Both parties unnecessarily escalated this situation and it made it a lot more dangerous than it really needed to be. But I expect more from the police than I do from some rando dude with a YouTube channel. It's clear Taylor violated no laws and the police response was obviously intended to make him feel uncomfortable. But Taylor was having none of it. He endeavored to make the experience every bit as uncomfortable for them as well.
You, 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 and you.
Still waiting on that heifer, Julio. You, you, you're cool. And you, I'm out.
My friend, who is an attorney and coincidentally also named Michael Taylor, summed it up perfectly. If he's keeping it legal, then he's keeping it legal. There are plenty of legal actions which can still lead to someone illegally or borderline legally shooting you. I might not hire him as a life coach. So, what do you think? Are the police officers wrong for arresting him without any evidence of a crime? Is Taylor wrong for open carrying an AR? Is he wrong for disrespecting peace officers? Is he wrong for carrying this weird side-charging reciprocating handle abomination? May Saint Stoner forgive him. All right, folks, get your pointing fingers ready and go ahead and guffaw in your most derisive tone because another control freak organization just closed up shop in Ohio. The deceptively named Ohioans for Gun Safety blamed the COOF for being unable to secure enough signatures to get their backdoor gun registration, otherwise known as Universal Background Checks bill, onto the ballot. They didn't go to mentioning how they had been formed way back in 2017 solely for the purpose of pushing for universal background checks and had already been trying and failing to get those signatures years before the bat sniffles. And despite their name, there isn't a single mention of the 4 rules or any other gun safety on their website. It's almost as if they are entirely uninterested in gun safety and are only trying to fool people with language that tested well in focus groups so they don't realize it's still the same old, stale, repackaged, control freak agenda it's always been. WKSU, the local NPR affiliate, dutifully reported everything OGS had to say and predictably had no statement whatsoever from the opposition or any room to comment on the story below. But that's not why I'm bringing it up. I just want to stop for a moment and admire this photo they used of a .22 caliber 1911 replica with 38 rounds scattered all around it. So point and laugh at the OGS for failing at the one thing they were formed to do, and while you're at it, save a few chuckles for Tana Weingartner's choice of stock image. Well, friends, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoy watching these things because I sure do like making them for you. Hey kids, do you want to get email alerts for the best deals, projects we're working on, and the hottest stuff you missed on the ARFCOM forums? You bet you do. So go ahead and hit the Linktree link down there in the description and sign up for our newsletter. And remember, our robot overlords in the tube of yous know what we want better than we do for ourselves. So they routinely unsubscribe viewers from channels which might contain wrongthink just like ours. That makes puppies cry, and Captain America is very disappointed. So don't forget to check every now and then just to be sure you're still subscribed, and while you're at it, make sure you hit that notification bell to stay in the know on all the 2A news. If you want to help us keep bringing you banger content like this, please support the folks who support us. Not only does TNVC.com give you actual night vision with that cool, refreshing, never bitter taste that goes down smooth, they also have mounts and lights and all sorts of other gear to make you the bump of the night. I love you.